Alright, today I'm finally showing you the AI tool I've been using to turn long videos into bite-sized clips for social. Because every time I post shorts or reels, I get the same DMs. How did you cut all those so fast? It's honestly way easier than it looks. You drop in your long video. The AI finds the moments, turns landscape into vertical automatically, adds captions, even suggests titles and descriptions you can paste right into your posts. It's kind of wild. There's a free way to try this workflow too, so you don't have to spend anything just to see if it fits your content. Here's the basic idea. You take a single long video, YouTube upload, a Zoom recording, a talking head tutorial, whatever, and you feed it into the tool. It processes the whole thing and spits out a batch of short clips, anywhere from like 10 to 50 depending on how long your source is. These come ready with captions, a suggested headline, a little blurb you can use in your social captions, and even a quick "how viral could this be" score so you can sort the strongest hooks up top. If you're thinking, okay, but can it handle 2 speakers? Yep. Interviews and podcasts are actually where it shines because it'll handle speaker layout for you, so faces don't shrink into postage stamps. Let me just show you how I actually run it. You can either paste a public link, like your YouTube video URL, or upload a file from your computer if it's not online yet. I do both. Before I hit the big button, I set up a few things that save me time later. I pick a template with my logo and my usual caption style so everything looks like me when it comes out. You can totally make a template for each brand if you manage multiple pages. One for your personal account, one for your company, different colors, different lower thirds. Then I set the target clip lengths. If I'm aiming at TikTok, Reels, Shorts, I tell it 30 to 60 seconds. If I want some horizontal recaps for YouTube, I'll allow up to 5 or 10 minutes. And I almost always add a couple keywords, like social media ideas or the guest's name, so the AI knows what themes I actually care about pulling. For aspect ratio, you can keep it horizontal 16.9 or flip to 9.16 vertical with one click. That's the whole point here. Take a landscape video and repurpose it into portrait clips automatically so you can post on Shorts, Instagram Reels, Facebook Reels, TikTok, everywhere your audience hangs out. Once those settings are in, I press Get Clips and let it cook. Heads up, processing time depends on video length. A 10-minute video might be ready in a couple minutes, a 60-minute podcast might say 15-20 minutes. No big deal. I usually tee it up, grab coffee, or work on thumbnails while it runs. When it's done, you'll see a grid of clips. Each one has a suggested title, a little description you can paste into your post, the length, and that virality score out of 100. Don't overthink the number, it's just a nudge, but I do sort top down and preview. If something looks weak, I thumbs down it and it disappears from my list so I'm not distracted. If I love it, I heart it so I can batch download my favorites later. And yeah, the tool does try different layouts by itself. If there are 2 speakers, it won't squash you both into a tiny split. There's a smart portrait layout that stacks or switches so the speaker is always clear. It's genuinely better than me trying to keyframe crops for every sentence. Click into any clip and you land in the editor. On the right is your preview. On the left, you've got the script, the full transcript for that clip. And along the bottom is the timeline if you like to scrub the old school way. If the crop looks off, just switch layout or crop manually. You can change from fit to fill, or choose a stacked layout if it's 2 people talking, or even a 4-panel if you're remixing a screen and a face. For captions, move them so they don't sit over your mouth. Bump the size up if your font's tiny, and adjust highlight color so only the important phrase pops.
If the AI spelled your name wrong, happens. Just click the word in the transcript and fix it.
I also like to add a stronger intro sometimes by pulling a line from elsewhere in the transcript and dropping it at the start so it opens with a hook. You can split, trim, or extend sections however you want. It's pretty forgiving, and there's a back button if you go too far. Audio tweaks are right there too. You can clean filler words if you want a snappier feel, remove long pauses, and do a light speech enhancement to kill background noise. You don't have to go full audio engineer here, just enough to make it feel crisp in earbuds. A nice extra is auto B-roll. If a clip is just a monologue and feels visually flat, tap the B-roll toggle, and it will layer in relevant visuals so people don't drift. I treat it like seasoning, not the whole dish. Once you're happy, hit Save Changes and it bakes your edits. From there, you can download the clip, share it, or queue it up for posting. If you want to keep fine-tuning in a traditional editor, export the project and knock yourself out in Premiere or Resolve. Personally, I'm trying to get clips out the door, not win a Cannes Lion, so I download MP4s with captions burned in and keep moving. This whole long-to-short flow works the same whether it's a talking head video, a Zoom interview, or a podcast on YouTube. I've thrown all of those at it. For a simple camera-to-lens video, it'll still find 10 solid takes and write some decent titles. For a 2-person chat, it actually gets more interesting. The speaker layout switches naturally, instead of shrinking both of you until you look like Lego people, which helps retention a lot on a phone. 2 quick things I always check before I export. First, captions on a dim screen. Most people watch at low brightness at night, so I add a tiny stroke or a subtle background bar so white text doesn't disappear. Second, line breaks. Break captions on meaning, not mid-phrase, your brain reads in chunks, and weird breaks feel robotic and make viewers bounce. Oh, and only bold one phrase per line. If everything is emphasized, nothing is. Now, you can absolutely stop here. Download your 10 clips and post them whenever you remember. But if you've been at this for a minute, you know that's where consistency dies. You end up with random styles, out-of-order posts, and a week where you post 3 in a day and then forget for 5 days. That's why I don't end the workflow at export. I hand the back half to Vizard so the clips actually turn into a publishing rhythm. Here's what I mean. I take the long video or the best candidates I just edited and drop them into Vizard. Vizard's auto-editing viral clips reanalyzes the content and pulls the moments with real stop-scroll energy, clean hooks, mic drop lines, those tight little aha explanations. It turns them vertical automatically and generates captions that sync at the syllable level, so the text moves with your voice and feels like a pro edit, not a karaoke block stamped on top. From one long video, I usually land 8 to 12 keepers that can anchor a whole week. Then I lock the look once. I set my caption font, size, one highlight color, a subtle stroke so it's readable at low brightness, and safe margins so text never sits on lips or collides with @buttons. That style applies across the batch, which instantly fixes the every clip looks different problem. If the punchline starts 5 seconds in, I cut straight to it and let captions carry the missing context. If attention starts to slide, I'll drop a micro zoom or quick visual beat 2 to 3 seconds after the hook to reset the scroll pattern. After that, I plan the week in Vizard's content calendar. I map out a simple lineup. Monday gets a bold claim or myth bust to frame the theme. Tuesday is a practical how-to in 30-45 seconds. Wednesday is a quick story or behind-the-scenes moment. Thursday answers a common objection. Friday is social proof or a tight takeaway. I drag clips into those slots, make sure 2 back-to-back posts don't look identical, same crop, same shirt, and write titles that read as promises your brain can get in half a second. The post copy lives in the same view, so I tweak language per platform. Punchier on TikTok, a hair more context on Shorts, cleaner framing on LinkedIn. Then I flip on auto-schedule. I set my cadence, 2 posts a day at 10 and 4, for example, pick platforms like TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, and LinkedIn if it fits, and let it run. Vizard pushes everything automatically at those times. I'm not re-exporting to 5 formats, I'm not manually uploading to 5 apps, and I'm not setting alarms I'll ignore. If something timely drops and I need a reaction live today, I drag that clip to the top and the rest of the week adjusts without nuking my plan. If you work with a team, it's even smoother. Editors can jump in and tighten a hook or shift a crop inside Vizard. Strategists can shuffle the calendar around a launch. Clients leave bigger captions, or trim the first 3 seconds right on the clip, so feedback is in context and you don't chase screenshots in a chat. It's all in one place. So yeah, start with your long video, paste a link or upload the file, set a template and target length, add a couple keywords, and let the AI pull 10-50 clips. Open the best ones, fix the crop, tidy captions, clean the audio, save, and download. Then, don't let them collect dust. Drop the long video or the refined clips into Vizard, let auto-editing viral clips find the real hooks, apply one consistent caption style across the batch, map your week in the content calendar, and turn on auto-schedule so your posts actually go out while you're doing literally anything else. That's the difference between I made clips and I have a content system. If you try this week, pick one recent long video and run it end to end. Give yourself an hour. Generate, tweak 10 favorites, load them into Vizard, set your style once, schedule the week. Next week, check your completion rate, saves, and follower delta. It's one of those workflows that feels like cheating the first time you do it, and then it just becomes normal, which is exactly the point.